Alright, today I'm going to make the Juicy Fruit. And I make that with Enrico Puglisi's EP Sparkle Brush, a streamer brush, short fibers. I use SC15 1/0 hooks, extra small dumbbell eyes. I use shrimp eyes. You can buy EP shrimp eyes or other ones. I make them with mono, burn the tips, dip it in epoxy, sprinkle glitter on it, put it on a rotary wheel. It makes a great eye. And I use marabou. Today I'm going to do a black and purple one. First step is add your marabou. We're going to use black marabou. Couple loose wraps, keep it on the top of the shank, kind of tighten it down. Another little wrap. Trim the excess. Still not on there completely. Don't want to move around. Make sure you hold it. And cinch down the excess and go work back to where you started. Then we add a piece of copper flash. Double it over. Make sure it's on top. Several wraps. Kind of like a little shrimpy antenna. Next step is add the mono eyes. Usually start the opposite side. Give some good wraps. Make sure it's the length you want. Then add the other eye. I usually trim the excess after so I can adjust them to make them the same size if I need to. They can get squirrely on you. Those look pretty good. Go ahead and work over towards the shank, do some wraps to hold it tight. Just try and cinch it down. These things like to move around. Okay, then the next step is I'm going to wrap in both the sparkle brush and the streamer brush. First I'll do the sparkle brush. Make sure it's tight too, because as you wrap, if it comes undone, once you get up the shank, you're done. You got to start over. And then wrap it all the way towards the eye. Next step is wrap the streamer brush. As you wrap, pull the fibers back so you don't twist over them. You can make the wraps as tight as you want to make it thicker or thinner. Make sure to leave room for your lead eyes. Next step is wrap the sparkle brush, just like you did with the streamer brush. can do it as sparse wraps as you want, putting a little bit of space in between, or do them closer depending on how sparkly you want it. I end up trimming a lot of the sparkle brush. Again, pull back the fibers as you wrap. Again, trim the excess. And then I usually cinch it down. Next step is the eyes. Put the lead eyes on the top, that way the hook point will ride facing up. Give it several wraps on one side, and go back and figure eight the other side. You'll see it twist into shape. Sometimes I push it back as far as I can to leave room for a weed guard, which is optional for y'all. I won't do it on this one, but I usually do it on all my flies around here. Couple wraps underneath the eyes to tighten it up. And then you whip finish. This would be the point where I add the weed guard. So that's your juicy fruit. I'll trim the a lot of these hairs. So pull out the sparkle brush before you trim. Make sure it's even. Kind of trim it at a taper so it gets longer as you start getting towards the back of the fly. And really, this is per your taste. Do it on both sides, check it out. And there it is.